Welcome back to the Crypto Power Hour, the #1 crypto show on Rumble, of course, powered by our friends over at Solum Global, with your hosts, George Ballantyne, Lance Miliaccio, the Crypto Bros. And this is your ultimate deep dive into everything crypto, blockchain, and decentralized finance. Because you know what? In crypto, we trust. We're rocking and rolling. George B.
Yo.
What's up, bro? What's
I
up,
don't
7
know.
a.m.? What's up?
Friday. Weekend's coming.
You
It's Friday. Plans? What? Do I got plans?
Yeah.
Yeah. Work. There
you go. I mean,
not
that's
really.
Goes, right?
Yeah, I got a great social life.
Yeah. It seems exciting. Well, you're making money, though, and that's what matters, right? I mean, of course, you got to keep
I didn't say every
up.
job was paying. I didn't say that. There's stuff to do at the house here.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Sister's putting you to work, huh?
Mama Dukes. Grass needs to be cut. Beds need to be de-weeded. Oh, my God. I hate doing that. The bedding and stuff.
I hate the bed stuff. There's nothing like having to do weeds. No doubt.
I don't mind cutting grass or hedging the bushes. I could hedge like no tomorrow, but.
Well, nothing on this show is financial advice, but it is everything crypto, decentralized finance, and blockchain. We're trying to get you guys up to speed. You don't want to miss out on generational wealth. And of course, George and I also love our gold and silver. We like to diversify. You can't take any chances in an economy like this. And what's this? Yeah, that's the prepper bar, the 62.2 gram prepper bar, perforated and very easily broken down into your choice of 3 separate denominations to fit a multitude of needs. Doesn't matter whether it's asset protection from inflation, economic turmoil, or in the case of the prepper bar, it's very unique utility for barter and trade. Prepper bar makes a perfect gift for all those precious metal lovers out there. And of course, comes with an assay report. The guys over at Genesis Gold Group aren't going to send you any counterfeit gold and silver. And if you're buying on eBay, let the buyer beware. A lot of counterfeit coming out, and very sophisticated counterfeit, I have to tell you. So you don't want to take any chances. Of course, you can head over to the Big Mig. George, have I got the website right? Or is it, what's the website? I know I've got some confusion on that. What is it?
For what? Which one?
Prepper Bar.
TheBigMigBar.com.
Does it still redirect? Because they were questioning that today when I talked to them. I wanted to make sure.
Who was questioning that?
All right, listen, head over to thebigmigbar.com, thebigmigbar.com, or you can call them at 888-526-7154, 888-526-7154.
I don't know.
Break me off a piece of that prepper bar.
I saw you respond to an email, so I thought you were way on top of that.
You didn't see me respond to an email?
I thought it was you.
Nope.
Sure.
Positive. You all right, bro? Did you drink your coffee this morning or what?
No, man, maybe it's early. I don't know.
Maybe it is early. It's Wednesday. It's Friday morning.
Yeah, I thought I saw you respond.
All right.
Okay.
People don't want to hear about emails. They want to hear about crypto.
Yeah, no kidding. No doubt about it. I agree with you. Got a big education piece as usual. We want to get you up to speed. Sorry if I was a little off there, guys. Got an email from the guys over at Genesis Gold Group. I thought Georgia reviewed it. My mistake. All right, listen, we got an education piece. George did an amazing job, put a really good one together. 10 crypto and DeFi concepts. Yeah, they're still confusing people in 2026. There's a lot of you out there. I get it. This shit's complicated, right? At the end of the day, we try to make it simple. We try to break it down for you. But there's a lot, right? There's a whole new language. It's a whole new concept. And, you know, the truth is it's coming, and there's nothing you can do about it. You're going to have to get up to speed, and that's why you're here on the Crypto Power Hour. And of course, that's why the people over at Solum Global believe in this show. We appreciate their support. And if you'd like to sponsor this show, hit us up at info@thebigmig.com. That's right, info@thebigmig.com. All right. Well, of course, the crypto and DeFi space in 2026 is more mature than ever. There's cheap L2 transaction, restaking opportunities, right? Real world asset integration. But still a lot of people are getting tripped up by the same core concepts over and over and over again. So what I did with George is we decided on the top 10. We decided that there'd be a top 10 of ways. It's kind of like a full masterclass talking about the 10 most confusing topics. We're going to break down each one of them clearly with real examples, risks, and exact infographics. Of course, hopefully that'll make it easier. So look, you're going to feel way more confident. Grab a notebook, make some notes if you have to. At the end of the day, you can always go back and re-watch this episode because I think this is the kind of stuff that can keep helping you as you decide to navigate this space. Take it away there, George Ballantyne.
Lance, don't be moving notes and stuff. You just did it. Don't do it.
No, I didn't do anything. I just clicked that thing that wasn't.
It moved. It moved. All right, we're going back to the infographics here. Blockchain versus crypto versus DeFi. It almost sounds like a WWE wrestling ring, right? When you have one of
like
three people in it.
WrestleMania.
Oh, WrestleMania. Yeah.
Cryptomania. That's what it is.
All right, crypto. We could have called that show Cryptomania. Matter of fact, we might change the title. All right. So, blockchain. It's secure. It's decentralized ledger technologies. It's unhackable. Once it's on the chain, it cannot be changed. Once a transaction goes on the chain, it can't disappear. It can't be changed. That's it. It's done. That's why the blockchain it's going to be it's not going to be, it's going to be the future for everything. Cause Web 1, the internet, everything done. It's over with. And once you do the medical billing, voting, everything be on the blockchain. They won't be able to hide. That's why they're fighting it. Anyway, so you got crypto assets like, I don't know, Bitcoin, Ethereum. They live on top of it. Now, DeFi is the applications on financial services that, like lending, swapping, yield, that are built using smart contracts on those blockchains. No banks required. None. Get rid of them. Many people mix these up and think buying Bitcoin automatically means participating in DeFi. Well, it doesn't. Did I break somebody's heart right now? They're like, what? What do you mean? Well, let me put the next graphic. You have your wallets and your keys. Now, we talked last show. We were talking about, I think, keys and wallets somewhat. But I know we've done other shows and this way, cold storage wallets, hot wallets, all different stuff. So wallets and your private keys. Not your keys, not your coins. That is like a saying, meaning if you're not holding the keys to your wallet and it's on if you're doing it through a website, through one of the exchanges and the wallet's there, well, guess what? They have really control of it. But if you have just a simple wallet with the keys, you can take like MetaMask. You have control of it. Or if you get a cold storage wallet, you'll have control of it. Your wallet doesn't store coins. It holds the keys that prove you own them on the blockchain. Interesting, right? Custodial wallets, like exchanges, manage your keys for convenience, but introduce counterparty risk. And look, anything that humans touch can be at risk. It could happen to any one of us. Even people that work on exchanges, there's these hackers that try to send these malware emails or phishing emails, and you click on something and poof, it's over. It could be over in a blink of an eye. So non-custodial wallets will give you full control and full responsibility. Now, if you're an adult, you should be able to take responsibility for your finances in that sense, securing them. I mean, adult, right? Lose your seed phrase with no, Lance, you're doing it again. Lose your seed phrase with no backup. Guess what happens? No more funds. Funds are gone forever.
Your money's gone.
Boom. And we'll get to something because Lance always brings this up. In 2026, account abstraction helps with recovery, but the rule still stands. So there's a guy, his wallet was on, he had a cold storage wallet. I guess it was on his counter. It got mistakenly thrown in the garbage.
Yeah, it was actually on a drive. It was early Bitcoin.
Yeah, so that's in the dumpster. Gone. It's on the landfill.
Yeah.
Now, that was mine. You bet your bottom dollar I'm getting an excavator, bulldozers. I'm finding that sucker. There's a will.
Yeah, the guys tried. It's been awful, though, right?
Yeah, well, you know what? I mean, it's just like, you know what it is? Like, people will come home, they'll leave their wallets on their counter and stuff. Like, so I guess a habit, but, you got to be careful, man. You can't be doing that. It's your savings. But,
I just don't believe that carrying around your cold storage wallet. I understand if you're traveling foreign countries, you still have to be so careful because now there's countries that want you to disclose that. China's one of them. I think it's really an interesting, dichotomy. You want to have cold storage because if you've got high value items, you don't want to take a chance. You don't want to leave it all on an exchange, but at the same time, it's tricky. You have to be a really responsible person. You can't take any chances. And then the danger, you can't even really, like, normally you might share a seed phrase with, your attorney or an accountant, but you can't count on that. If you have a lot of money in there, there's all kinds of stories of people, having somebody else on their seed phrase and then boom, it's gone. Look, even the U.S. Marshals had somebody managing those funds. And the son of the guy that was managing the funds for the U.S. Marshals, he broke into the wallet. They've caught him now, but look, he stole that shit right from the U.S. Marshals. This is tricky stuff.
That's because he had the stuff, the keys from his dad had on his computer.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, you got to wonder who's holding our crypto in the government.
I mean, where's our crypto
just
treasury?
Think when they seize crypto and they seize somebody's wallets and they do have access to it. I don't know. There's a couple cryptos disappear to somebody's wallet. Maybe
that's a really valid point George brings, because you have a criminal indictment and they start making seizures and they seize a bunch of cold storage wallets and they seize a bunch of hard drives. Maybe the guy that's checking that stuff in just happens to look and be like, hey, here's a wallet with just a little bit on it. Maybe nobody will notice this one drive. Maybe I'll just move a little bit. And if they never see the drive again, if they say, yeah, no, I don't see the drive, I only have these 4 drives.
Suspect.
Pretty interesting. It's pretty dangerous stuff. And I wouldn't doubt we're going to see some of that in the future, where we'll find out that government agencies or government agents or other individuals in the government stole crypto from seized assets. I wouldn't be surprised when we find that out.
Yeah. So, you want custodial wallet? It's held by a third party? You could do that. I mean, I got one, but I don't have much crypto in it. I got it's just for minimal playing around. And you got non-custodial wallets where you hold your keys. Your choice. You can do whatever you want. You can, get some of both, try it out. But if you have a substantial amount of crypto, do not leave it on a custodial wallet. Don't give them control of it, because you never know what happens. Now we're gonna go to smart contracts. We're gonna make you smart. What is smart contract? I don't know. Well, it's code is law, but there are bugs that can drain millions. And I was just telling you, phishing scams, stuff like that. Smart contracts, they're gonna be self-executing code that actually powers the DeFi activity. They're transparent. They're right there on the blockchain and run exactly as written until a bug or exploit appears. Oof. Even major protocols get audited, but new or complex ones can still carry risk. Anything electronic can really carry risk. DeFi, it's not magically safe just because it's on the chain. Always verify audits and start small. But you know what, Lance? The blockchain's really not going to be, once it's on a blockchain, it's not going to be hacked or changed. Just remember that. But you're going to get bugs that, in the process of other things that could happen. Just beware. You know what, Lance? This is the one thing, when I first seen this term they used, I was like, why use that? Gas fees. Why say gas fees? And people see the word gas and they're like, they think high prices or this and that. So we'll get gas fees and scalability. Let me get the, right? You're talking about, you know what I mean?
I think it's confusing. I never really could understand why they came up with that terminology, gas fees. But, in early crypto, there was a lot of young guns, a lot of people that were, the kind of guys that are in their basement coding all day. Look, maybe they came up with gas fees. I don't know.
It's almost like they it's
a strange terminology.
No imagination.
Yeah.
Right? Think about it.
Yeah, no doubt.
I don't know, but why L2s changed the game gas fees pay for computation on layer 1 chains like Ethereum? Well, think about it. High demand makes them expensive and slow. Now, layer 2 solutions batch transactions off chains for speed and low cost while inheriting L1 security. See the little trade-off right there? There is speed, but low cost, inheriting not so great security. But 2026, doing small DeFi trades on Ethereum mainnet is rarely worth it. Use L2s like Base or Arbitrum. And people are like, what's Base? Coinbase. So sometimes you have to make a sacrifice, something a little slower but more security. I'll take the more security all day, every day. When it comes to finances, when it comes to anything, you want more security. That's the way you just got to be. I know, Lance. Lance, what do you want? Speed or security? Let me hear this one.
I think security is probably top. It isn't because speed, because I don't always think about, because we're always using dollar cost averaging. It's not necessarily executing for some minimal amount. And if I was going to send money out of the country, I'm not, if I was sending it to a relative or something, I wouldn't be stressed about the speed portion necessarily. I know some people are concerned about speeds. I imagine if you're in Wall Street, you're worried about speed. But I think protecting your money is your top situation.
Protecting your money?
Yeah, I think it's your top concern.
Nice. Good. We're on the same page there, Lance Migliaccio. Glad we are. I know we are. I'm just playing with him, guys. I do that. Sometimes I just want to hear what he has to say. Sometimes I slip up. He'll have to correct me. Wait a minute. Wouldn't you want that, George? Or vice versa. That's what we do. Crypto Power Hour. Bring the power here.
Well, we want you guys to think about it in real world terms. When George and I talk about our crypto, and by the way, we do talk about crypto we own on this show. It's not a pump and dump scheme because we're not in the meme coin world. But the truth is, we own crypto. So we want you guys to know that. We'll declare that up front. But you do learn a lot. And there might be, George might see an article and he'll text it with me like, wow, did you see this? Things are moving rapidly. So it's great. And it's great if you have a community you can talk to. Finding communities on X. I don't mean necessarily people that you're buying options from or buying meme coins or other things from. I'm just people that you can communicate. It'll tell you what they've learned about XRP or what they know about Bitcoin or what they know about Ethereum. Those kind of communities can help. And of course, being here every Wednesday and Friday at 7 a.m.
All right, let me get to this one because this is a favorite. DeFi versus CeFi. I know these acronyms, right? So pretty much it's true control or convenience. Now, CeFi is centralized platforms. Think of centralized government. It's an easy way to put that. It offers, it's going to be easy interfaces probably for new beginners and stuff and has, support. But, and I say this, but holds your keys and may require KYC. Know your customer. DeFi gives you full ownership and permissionless access, but no safety net if you make a mistake. Not one word mistake. So, when you're new to something, always take your time and do it. Triple check. It doesn't hurt to triple check yourself before you hit that enter button or go button. But they have something that's coming along. They're calling it hybrids, and it's growing. They're there, and they're growing. But it kind of mixes of both. But understand that trade-off before committing funds. It's very important. Like if you're new and you got a wallet and you're gonna send crypto to somebody, and you got to put their address and all that stuff in, you could do a test run. Just send $1 and let it go through. Make sure the other party you sent it to said you received $1. Then there you go. I mean, I'll take losing $1 over losing $100 all day long. $100, shit. Give me the $100. I'll take it. Lance, give me your $100, bro.
Yeah, for sure. I'll give you $100. You need it? What, you want me to send it or what?
No. I want you to send me 10 Bitcoin. I'll settle for one.
So settle for one. And that's the good news is you guys can always tip us in crypto if you like. You can hit us up over at thebigbig.com. We've got crypto wallets hooked up over there. You can also use the Rumble crypto wallet, which we have hooked to the show. We'll throw up a QR code for that later. That way George can get his 10 Bitcoin. We can get that off the table.
All right, I'm going to pass this to you because I know you like liquidity pools. Go ahead. Rock it.
Well, look, I think this is really a big deal that's coming up. They always talk about liquidity pools. You get an impermanent loss, a silent killer for these liquidity pools. So, of course, when you talk about liquidity pools, you earn trading fees. But the pool, of course, automatically rebalances when prices move. You often end up with more of the losing asset. That gap, of course, that's the versus simple holding is impermanent loss. It reverses if prices return, but volatile markets that can erase your fees. Got to use stable pairs or concentrated liquidity to reduce it. So there's a lot of versions of this. I'm going to suggest in the beginning, these liquidity pools, maybe staking, okay, but these liquidity pools can be a little concerning. So I would tell you, start simple and don't do those to begin with. Read about them, educate yourself, maybe do some AI research, get a real education of those, because you're going to want to do the ones that I think the paired pools are the better setups, because then you're diversifying some of your risk. So But here's the good news. The thing I really like is yield farming and staking. But listen, you should know that some of these APYs come with real risks. So of course, staking is going to secure those networks and earn rewards. Yield farming, of course, actively shifts assets across protocols. So a lot of times it's a liquidity pool plus an incentive for higher returns. And restaking of that asset adds another layer. So the APIs look great until token devaluation. Now it's like everything else. If an asset goes down, you've lost some money. Or if any kind of exploits hit, you got to look at these as high risk strategies, but not necessarily guaranteed income. Although I have to say that in general, staking is really consistent, unless of course the main holding goes down. So if your Ethereum goes down, your value goes down. But that's like any other asset. So if you're going to be holding long term, if you got a bunch of Ethereum, there's no reason not to stake it. You're not going to lose it. You still own it. It's a great way to make interest. So you always want to think about staking versus yield farming versus liquidity mining. So those are things you really want to learn more about. They're not really for beginners. I'd recommend you really learn before you jump in. But George and I do staking. We get a thing every week. We get a notice of some of the rewards we've staked and, a little bit of money that comes in. And it just goes right into our account. That's where it goes. So it's a great way to accrue extra assets. And listen, these pay a lot higher than regular bank rates. So it's important.
Actually, that's, believe it or not, what Lance is just talking about is what's holding up the Clarity Act, because bankers are trying to eliminate staking from the Clarity Act because they won't be able to compete unless they change their ways.
Yeah.
So, but
tough stuff.
Yeah, tough. Go ahead. You're good.
Well, listen, token approvals. People are like, what the hell is that? That's the hidden permission that can drain your wallet. Every DeFi interaction requires approving a contract to spend your tokens. Of course, old unlimited approvals stay active and can be exploited years later. You want to use dashboards to revoke them after every session. Never sign blind transactions. So you want to be able to protect your crypto wallets, and it's important to know how to do that. Never trust search engine, ads. Always navigate directly to the verified bookmark or the verified site. You just saw recently that whole Apple app thing where there was an Apple app for a Ledger wallet. A lot of people jumped in. About $10 million in crypto got stolen. So listen, you could use the Lynch, use the dashboards. There are some out there to revoke infinite approvals. You got to be careful when you do that because you don't want an infinite approval. And combine hardware wallets with real-time monitoring tools. Like the Lynch Shield. That's another possibility. You can look at Lynch. It's a great way to do both of those. Let's talk about scams and rug pulls and phishing and pig butchering. George, take it from there.
Scams and we always talk about this. Lance he loves talking about pig butchering. We always talk about scams, rug pulling. I mean, just because an actor, a musician, or some popular person says, "Oh, they're talking about some meme coin or crypto," don't believe them, because this is what happens. They do this scam, or they're involved in it, or they don't know they're involved in it because they just want to see money. Don't go by blindly what somebody's saying. So rug pulled. That's what happens when somebody, like, you can see a community. We'll talk about X. There's a community there. They build up this meme coin. They hype it all up. Oh, it's gonna this and that, and you see so many people being involved. They even use bots that you think, oh man, look at the activity on this one. So much. Woo. Then people start buying into it, buying, and then what happens? Those people drain the funds and abandon the project. That's rug pull right there. Well, let me tell you, it's happened so many times. One popular one, and you all may know, it was, remember the Haktua girl, the Haktua coin? That's a prime example of a rug pull. Prime example. Tate is another one that does that. Andrew Tate, he's another one. Then you have phishing sites that mimic real dexes perfectly. So, actually, that's something Lance and I seen like 2 weeks ago. And what's crazy is, so there is this is on X. There's even a community on X they're saying, oh, the X token is out, right? And the webpage, you would never think or know it wasn't X, the way it's designed. And I was looking at it, and then
legit.
I clicked on something and a pop-up came, but then it was in Russian. And I'm like, huh, interesting. And I looked more into it, and I was telling Lance, and Lance like, and we asked Grok. I think he asked Grok, and Grok's like, no, there ain't no X token. So you just have to be careful. Don't believe everything you see or hear. Most losses, they'll still come from a user error. Not code or bugs. But if returns they sound unrealistic or pressure is high, walk away. Only look at real sites. You know what another scam is? You see the online mining, cloud mining.
Yep.
That's another big scam. Stay away. Stay away. This one I don't like at all, this next one. I just, when it comes to the word taxes, I don't like it. You know why? Because the government just wastes your taxes. And they're not prejudiced. Let me tell you, they waste liberal taxes, conservative taxes. As long as you're paying taxes, they're going to waste it. And that's why, the more you give them, the more they're waste. And it's a sad part in our society right now. We should just get rid of it. So, regulations and taxes. The Wild West is getting civilized. Somewhat. DeFi remains permissionless, but on-chain activity is increasingly tracked. In the U.S. alone, swaps and staking rewards, LP fees, and sales are usually taxable events. Capital gains or ordinary income, depending on holding period. That too. So track everything with tools like CoinLedger. Consult a crypto-savvy tax professional. Because if you ignore it, it might create problems for you in the future. So, the IRS wants you, they're going to come get you. But once all the bills get signed, the Clarity Act, if and when it gets passed, and they start getting more of these laws in place, they're going to be checking to see who's going to be paying taxes and stuff. So, you've been warned. You've been forewarned.
And look, at the end of the day, these education pieces are all about just lifting your game. We want you to do more research on your own. You can go to the Crypto Power Hour account over on X. Make sure you follow. But look, there's a lot of confusion. Take some action steps. Practice on these test nets with small amounts. Use hardware wallets if you get serious about your crypto. Revoke approvals regularly. Calculate permanent loss and potential taxes before any big moves. And listen, do your own research, DYOR. You'll see people talking about it. Don't just come here. Don't just take it what we say at face value. A lot of opportunities, but there's also a lot of risk because it's a new industry. So you want to master these fundamentals and you want to move from the confused majority to the prepared minority. And of course, that's how you actually build wealth. So if there's any topics that hit hardest with you, anything you'd like to see us do an education piece about, you can email us at info@thebigmig.com, or you can go over to Crypto Power Hour, give it a follow on X, give Solom Global a follow on X, and jump into our DMs. Tell us, hey, listen, I've been watching this show. I'd love to have this. Also, if you've got a big project going on, give us a shout out. Maybe we'll bring you on for an interview. We're always looking for top interviews in the crypto sphere. So, keep posting. And of course, we're going to take a short break and come back. Crypto laundering exchange Cryptex. God, the guy was living huge, but it looks like the Russians just took him down.
Uh-oh.
That money laundering operation is over with. Stay tuned. We'll be right back here with the Crypto Power Hour with Lance Migliaccio, George Ballantine, the Crypto Bros, bringing it to you like we do. Hard-hitting crypto education and news. Be right back.
In crypto.
Are you ready to stand up for your community and support your local sheriff? Join the Constitutional Sheriffs and Peace Officers Association and become a vital member of the Sheriff's Citizens Posse. At cspoa.org, we empower citizens like you through weekly webinars, arming you with the knowledge to back your constitutional county sheriff. Together, we can uphold our Constitution and ensure liberty and justice for all. Your community needs you now more than ever. Visit CSPOA.org and join the Sheriff's Citizens Posse today. Make a difference. Stand for freedom. That's CSPOA.org. Your country, your fight, your future.
What if you could predict your financial future? And what if you could trade on it? Introducing Block Trust IRA, the future in your hands. An astonishing 88,000 millionaires were created last year from the Bitcoin boom, and you could be next. Block Trust IRA is the only crypto management firm powered by AI-driven strategies, ranked #1 in the world by Bitcoin Magazine. The Block Trust IRA platform is built for everyone, from first-time buyers to seasoned investors. Predictive AI technology that was once only reserved for insiders and elites is now available to you. It's time to leave the old buy and hold strategies behind. Your assets are protected with military-grade security, offline cold storage, and $200 million in insurance. Visit BlockTrustIRA.com to book your free consultation and ask how to claim up to $2,500 in deposit bonuses today. Bitcoin changed the game. AI changes the strategy.
Hi folks, I'm here today to introduce you to the Prepper Bar from PrepperBar.com, the most unique precious metals product we have seen in a long time. These 62-gram bars are perforated and easily broken down into your choice of 3 different sizes to fit a multitude of needs. Whether it be from asset protection from inflation, economic turmoil, or its unique utility for barter and trade, the Prepper Bar makes a perfect gift for all the precious metal lovers out there. Exclusively made here in the USA and selling out fast. Available in both gold and silver, these slim Prepper Bars fit neatly in your wallet, and their utility enables use in any situation.
Forged through rigorous training and honed by the finest instructors on Earth, these canine units serve beside our nation's warriors as they fight to preserve what we cherish. When these warriors complete their duty, the Warrior Dog Foundation provides them with a home deserving of the service they've given us all. At our state-of-the-art kennels, they receive rehabilitation and care suitable for heroes, because that's what they are. Be a part of giving them a future today. Visit WarriorDogFoundation.org.
All right, welcome back to the Crypto Power Hour, powered by Solon Global. Here we are, hosts Lance Migliaccio, yours truly, George Ballantine, Crypto Mafia's in the chat. Even the crypto army's out there. So if you're watching or listening, if you have a chance, join the chat, say hello. And don't forget to hit the thumbs up button, that like button, the share button, repost button, follow button. And if you subscribe for $5 a month, we truly appreciate it. It helps with all the overhead. Every little bit helps. You even have the Rumble crypto wallet. You could send a couple coin, anything there. Whatever you want. Even join Rumble Premium. Help out Rumble too. It helps us out. But let us help you out. Because Lance and I got the perfect solution for the people that can't watch their crypto 24/7. I'm talking about BlockTrustIRA.com. They're bringing access to cryptocurrency wealth to everyday people. Their exclusive Animus AI trading platform works 24/7, analyzing market data and executing advanced crypto strategies that go far beyond buy and hold. This sophisticated technology once reserved only for Wall Street insiders, but now it's available to you. And it's no surprise that this system was named #1 crypto technology platform by Bitcoin Magazine out of more than 1,500 global competitors. Our clients are already seeing over 250% returns on their investments, all military-grade security and $200 million in insurance. Your wealth is fully protected, so don't wait. Visit BigMidCrypto.com today and see how you can join this financial revolution that's finally giving everyday Americans access to a crypto opportunity of a lifetime. Once again, visit BigMidCrypto.com today and you can get up to $2,500 of free crypto. QR codes on the screen next to me, the links in the chat, and also the links in the more section under the video. We got you covered. Every which way, we have you covered. All right. Lance, before we went to break, Lance is talking about something about Russia crypto laundering. Oh, the crypto laundering exchange Cryptex operation has been taken down. I never even heard of Cryptex, to be honest with you.
Plus, because you're not a money launderer.
Russia raided nearly 100 suspected crypto criminals in a single day. What they found inside, what? They weren't expecting what they found. I mean, listen. Shouldn't keep all your legal stuff in one place anyway. This actually, Cryptex has been operating.
They hit 100 suspected crypto criminals.
Yeah.
At multiple locations in this operation.
I don't know.
These guys laundered. They work for like ransomware hackers, cyber criminals, and money launderers across the world, criminal organizations. And I guess these guys have been operating since 2013, and they processed, listen to this, over 1.4 billion transactions. So in 2023 alone, the network moved over 1.1 billion and generated 38 million in illegal income for those involved. So this was Russian federal investigators on October 2nd. They coordinated raids across 14 regions of Russia, 148 locations searched, 96 people detained and transported to Moscow. And listen to what they seized, George. These guys were living it up.
Wait a minute. Before you start that,
Yeah.
140 locations searched, 96 people detained and transported to Moscow. Detained from where, though? All in Russia or other countries?
This is Russia.
Okay, I'm just curious.
Although it sounds like the feds, I'm not looking something up just for the hell of it.
No, that's all right. It's all right. Let's go what they see.
So a Robinson helicopter costs anywhere from 600,000 to 3.3 million. So listen, they found Robinson helicopters, plural, Bentleys, plural, Rolls Royces, plural, Porsches, plural. They found a Tesla Cybertruck, boats, snowmobiles, and piles of bundled cash. So about 1.5 billion rubles were confiscated in a single day, which is about $16 million. The Russian media is calling this the largest crypto crackdown in the country's history. And I guess the man at the top of it was a guy named Sergey Ivanov, known online as Talion, Talion. So the U.S. Treasury alleged he had been laundering crypto for ransomware operators, dark net vendors, dark web, and carding shops for approximately 20 years. And I think carding shops means stolen credit cards. And before the Russian raids, the U.S. had already moved. The Secret Service seized Cryptex domains. The DOJ unsealed indictments against 2 Russian nationals. The State Department posted a bounty of up to 11 million for information on Ivanov. Then Russia followed with the physical raids days later. Now, I don't know whether the two governments directly coordinated it. Nobody's ever confirmed that. These guys are looking at 20 years. And we're talking about big money. We've got a video clip of some of the seizures, George. Take a look at the way these guys were living. They were living pretty large, I got to say.
Good for them. I wouldn't mind having that problem where I need money counters to count money for myself.
Yeah, it's not a bad way to go. Of course, those are Russian rubles, but it's still 11 million.
That's Russian rubles. It looks like American money to me, bro.
I don't know. Maybe it was American.
That's American money. That's $100 bills. Looks like I'm looking at it.
Some of it was. They said they grabbed. What did they say here? Let me look here. How many Russian rubles?
I mean, it's probably Russian rubles are mixed in there too, but I see American money too.
Yeah. 16 million so far is what they've counted. I don't know how much more there is, but that's a big deal. All right, there's other big news on the front. Charles Schwab, man, this is big. And they have got a massive 40 million customer base. So, of course, you know the Charles Schwab, it's an $11 trillion giant, and they're entering crypto. Schwab has signaled it wants to become the world's largest XRP and crypto exchange. Now, if this isn't bullish for XRP, I don't know what is.
Why would they say the largest XRP and crypto exchange? Why not just say the largest crypto exchange?
Because I think they're trying to make everybody aware that one of their big pushes is XRP, because they really believe in the product. I looked up some of the other details in this, and it looks like they really believe that the XRP moves that have been made globally and internationally, because there were some comments they made that they believe this is one of the next big cryptos in the marketplace. And of course, it's really inexpensive right now. So for their 40 million users, they probably believe that the entry point is a great opportunity. And of course, this just means that the regulations here, the big banks are in. Here's Schwab with 40 million customers, and we've got a clip.
I'll play the clip, then I'll say something.
And sign the Genius Bill today into law.
Well, our clients are invested in crypto today. In fact, our clients hold more than 20% of the exchange-traded product crypto in the entire industry. So they're invested. It's still only about $25 billion out of the $10.8 trillion that our clients have. So it's still relatively small, but our clients own a big part of the market. We also anticipate launching Bitcoin and Ether sometime soon, so that our clients have access to that. And we think that'll be an acceleration of our growth, because what we hear from many of our clients are that they have 98% of their wealth here at Schwab, and they might hold 1% or 2% at some digital native firm to hold their crypto. And they really want to bring it back to Schwab because they trust us. They want it to sit alongside their other assets. And so we think we'll see some real growth when we bring those to market.
So you would be directly competing then with like a Coinbase on that front?
Absolutely. If they're buying their crypto at Coinbase, we would love to see them bring their crypto back to Schwab.
Next. Yeah.
All right, go ahead, man. Let's talk about crypto security.
All right, let's talk about it.
This one is
We always
for
talk
you.
about crypto security.
This one is for you.
Yeah. Crypto security alert. The end of facial verification. Uh-oh.
You've been talking about biometrics quite a bit, and this is ugly.
It is.
This is KYC linked to biometric data.
The launch of Chink USU Cam.
Chinkusu
Cam. It's a sophisticated cyber criminal tool, has been detected in 2026. It's a powerful AI suite designed to breach the security protocols of major cryptocurrency exchanges, including Binance, Coinbase, Kraken, and OKX. Also, including banks and other financial platforms. Oh, this is not good. What's the threat? Threat actor. How you say Chinkisu?
Yeah, that's actually, he called that product that, but it's also the name of this dark net actor. This is what he goes by.
It's a real-time media manipulation software, live deepfake. What's the objective of this? To bypass know your customer KYC protocols on financial platforms, cryptocurrency exchanges, and mobile banking applications that rely on facial recognition and liveness detection. Oof, that hurts. What are the tech features? All right. It's employing advanced AI technologies to deceive biometric verification systems. They say what? Real-time face swap. Its GPU accelerated face replacement uses Insight Face for smooth, fluid gesture and expression transfer, supported via CUDA and DirectML. You know, while I'm going over this, I'm thinking in my head, what could we do different to protect ourselves from stuff like this?
Complicated. I mean, this one even has a built-in voice changer. So this is one of the other attack vectors. So it's got real-time voice modulation with pitch adjustments and preset profiles such as anonymous, radio, or robot to evade voice biometric checks. It's got a virtual camera, output compatible with tools like OBS virtual camera, allowing the manipulated video feed to be injected directly into Zoom, Microsoft Teams, Chrome browsers, and KYC verification apps. But I guess you could probably use this to have somebody fake a person going into a Zoom meeting if you had access. Emulator support functions within Android emulators targeting mobile applications that require live selfies. And of course, AI, we've talked about it. It's going to be more and more of a problem. Enhancement utilizes GFP, GAN, and 478-point facial matches, which is basically the authorization that does that mapping grid over your face. That ensures the fabricated face accurately mimics human expressions, movements, and lighting with high precision.
Can we just go back to cash under the mattress, man?
No kidding. I guess, listen, this is the critical stuff. Mass banking and crypto fraud. Now criminals can use stolen photos from past data breaches. For example, leaks in France or Mexico to create a convincing living persona with this tool that speaks and moves naturally during the verification process. Also, synthetic identity theft enables the creation of highly realistic fake identities for money laundering, account takeovers, and large-scale scams such as pig butchering, romance scams. KYC compromise defeats liveness detection mechanisms that many platforms consider secure. Guess what? They're not. Allowing attackers to inject manipulated feeds in real time rather than relying on static images or basic recordings. So this is a growing vulnerability in remote identity verification. Facial biometrics alone, in my opinion, are becoming less reliable as real-time deepfake technology advances. And look, a lot of the platforms are shifting towards stronger defenses, including active liveness challenges, randomized prompts or actions, multi-factor authentication beyond video, behavioral analysis, and injection attack detection. George, what do you think this means for the users in 26?
Wow. I mean, this is crazy, but, exchanges and banks, they're going to have to tighten their verification processes. I mean, geez, they're going to have to they're going to have to require additional steps. What could it be? I don't know. Document cross-checks, device fingerprinting, or in-person elements for high-value accounts. I don't know. But let me tell you something, people. Remain vigilant against phishing attempts. That could combine with those tools. Oof, you might be hurting.
And look, this is you have to look at the broader picture here.
This is hurting my heart.
Well, the broader trend here is where they're creating these AI-powered, suites or fraud tools, and they're being sold on the darknet as ready-to-use services. So a hacker that doesn't even have as much experience as others can now download these big suites of hacking tools. And of course, this is why education, wallet security, transaction risk, and the limitation of centralized platforms continues to matter. So you got to stay informed. That's why you're here on the Crypto Power. You got to use strong security practice and monitor official announcements from the platforms you use. If you have any questions about protecting your crypto assets or navigating KYC changes, of course, you can always ask us in our info@thebigmig.com, or you can hit us up in our chat. You can join our community and start a discussion in there if you like over our community on X under the Crypto Power Hour account. So join the community, follow it, and then do that. George, I have a second story for you.
I know. I was seeing it, man. I was looking at it.
You kind of talked
It's
about
up my alley, baby.
You talked about the old Bitcoin wallets.
I think they've been watching our show.
Quantum computing and the hacking of those old wallets. Now we're talking about 400.
You just gave me a double whammy of the last two stories. You know that, right?
This is a kick in the nuts because this is ugly. So the quantum computing is their concern. They're concerned that these dormant wallets. Now, how they're going to separate a dormant wallet or maybe a guy like somebody that bought Bitcoin early on and they just are holding on to it. It's not really dormant. They just don't want to move it around. They're not going to do anything and they're holding on to it. But it's tricky, right? Because now look, Bitcoin developers, and there's no guarantee this is going to go through. Let me give you a warning. Bitcoin developers have introduced this BIP 361, which is a draft proposal. It's a plan to protect the network from future quantum computer attacks because that early Bitcoin, the early exchange stuff, it's not very secure. So let me emphasize that. So they're going to force migration away from vulnerable old wallets. So meaning with permanent freezing for those who do not move their coins in time. So this was co-authored by a guy named Jameson Lopp and 5 other developers. They propose a soft fork to phase out legacy signature schemes that are vulnerable to quantum cracking. So we're talking about 5.6 to 6.5 million Bitcoin. That's over 25% of the total supply, worth more than 450 billion at current prices. And it's sitting in addresses with these exposed public keys, including many early miner wallets and potentially Satoshi's holdings. The timeline, 3 years after activation, new sends to old style addresses would be blocked. 2 years later, this would be 5 years total, any unmigrated coins in legacy formats would become permanently unspendable, effectively burned or frozen by the protocol. So, of course, the tough part is, can the chain distinguish between truly lost coins, like the ones in the landfill, like Satoshi Nakamoto's wallets, maybe, or forgotten 2010 era wallets and long-term holders keeping coins in cold storage? All would face the same deadline. For you people that have been holding Bitcoin in an old wallet, you better pay attention here. So this outcome is, they're kind of describing, it's kind of like a burning the vulnerable coins Rather than confiscation, argues better remove them from the circulation than risk a quantum actor stealing them and destabilizing the entire network. So Bitcoin, of course, they've altered the rules before, such as the 2010 rollback of an inflation bug coordinated by Satoshi. That was a big one. And then, of course, a small group of core developers and mining pools hold significant influence over code merges, code decisions, and activation signaling. I mean, look, George, this is still in a draft. It's informational status for you guys right now. But, you know, this is interesting stuff. Some people are arguing against it. Tether CEO Paola Arduino argued strongly for code as law. Is it? I don't know. A lot of people are, this proposal is forcing Bitcoin to confront a difficult trade-off, preserve absolute immutability and or risk massive theft if quantum computers advance rapidly or introduce a structured migration that could burn a significant portion of the supply to safeguard the network's long-term integrity. Frightening stuff, because again, that would be 25% of the Bitcoin supply. You tell me what's going to happen to Bitcoin, George. They do this, 25% of the supply is taken out. It's going to become very valuable.
It is. I mean, I lost my hopes, man. I was looking for the quantum computer to get in Satoshi's wallet, but
you just got rug pulled.
I know.
All right.
You just broke my spirit, bro.
I hit you with the biometric facial, and I hit you with the freaking Bitcoin block. Yep. I knew it when I was reading these stories. I was like, oh my God, George is going to hate these.
Bastard.
All right, listen, hopefully you didn't hate him. Hopefully you loved the show. Hit that follow button. Maybe throw us a Rumble Rant tip on the way out of the door. How about a subscription for $5 a month? We're doing everything we can to support you guys. Wednesdays and Fridays, 7 a.m. Eastern Standard, the Crypto Power Hour, #1 crypto show on Rumble. After you leave here, after you hit the follow button, head over to the X. Follow the Crypto Power Hour. Follow our sponsor, Solum Global. They're making big moves. You better keep an eye on that company. Follow G. Ballantine and Lance Miliaccio and the Big Mig Show. And before you head out of Rumble, hit the follow button over on the Big Mig. Head over there and give us a quick follow. We can always use the support. Take the short form, take the long form, spread it far and wide. George, last words out of the way, out of the gate, buddy.
It's Friday. Have a great weekend. If we don't see you at 11 a.m. on the Big Mig Show, stay frosty, stay safe, and stay blessed. Later.
Are you ready to stand up for your community and support your local sheriff? Join the Constitutional Sheriffs and Peace Officers Association and become a vital member of the Sheriff's Citizens Posse. At CSPOA.org, we empower citizens like you through weekly webinars, arming you with the knowledge to back your constitutional county sheriff. Together, we can uphold our Constitution and ensure liberty and justice for all. Your community needs you now more than ever. Visit CSPOA.org and join the Sheriff's Citizens Posse today. Make a difference. Stand for freedom. That's CSPOA.org. Your country, your fight, your future.
What if you could predict your financial future? And what if you could trade on it? Introducing Block Trust IRA, the future in your hands. An astonishing 88,000 millionaires were created last year from the Bitcoin boom, and you could be next. Block Trust IRA is the only crypto management firm powered by AI-driven strategies, ranked #1 in the world by Bitcoin Magazine. The Block Trust IRA platform is built for everyone, from first-time buyers to seasoned investors. Predictive AI technology that was once only reserved for insiders and elites is now available to you. It's time to leave the old buy and hold strategies behind. Your assets are protected with military-grade security, offline cold storage, and $200 million in insurance. Visit BlockTrustIRA.com to book your free consultation and ask how to claim up to $2,500 in deposit bonuses today. Bitcoin changed the game. AI changes the strategy.
Hi folks, I'm here today to introduce you to the Prepper Bar from PrepperBar.com, the most unique precious metals product we have seen in a long time. These 62-gram bars are perforated and easily broken down into your choice of 3 different sizes to fit a multitude of needs. Whether it be from asset protection from inflation, economic turmoil, or its unique utility for barter and trade, the Prepper Bar makes a perfect gift for all the precious metal lovers out there. Exclusively made here in the USA and selling out fast. Available in both gold and silver, these slim Prepper Bars fit neatly in your wallet, and their utility enables use in any situation.
Forged through rigorous training and honed by the finest instructors on Earth, these K9 units serve beside our nation's warriors as they fight to preserve what we cherish. When these warriors complete their duty, the Warrior Dog Foundation provides them with a home deserving of the service they've given us all. At our state-of-the-art kennels, they receive rehabilitation and care suitable for heroes, because that's what they are. Be a part of giving them a future today. Visit warriordogfoundation.org.